Hello and welcome back. We've got yet another dirt bike video. This is a 2024 KLX300R. This is brand new. You may have just saw the video with the KLX140 for my grandson. He still has not got it yet. We're still before his birthday week. But this is what I picked up for myself. Combo deal. Got them both. You may notice one thing on this one. This big, ugly charcoal canister. So the story with this is it's a California model, and no, I was not seeking out a California model, but I ended up getting this for just under $5,000 out the door, which was a killer deal, and I could live with that. At first I said, well, I'll just ride with it, and I still may, but I am going to delete it. It's not a big deal. Actually, I've already ordered the pair valve delete and the couple other little parts to take that off the right way. Now I could actually take it off and cobble something together now, but we're going to actually have a video, and there are other videos of that. Hopefully we can get one a little bit more in depth, showing you kind of step by step. All the other videos I've seen have kind of just shown you after the fact. So look forward to that. But again, I was willing to save a lot of money by getting a California model. Why they had a California model in Ohio, I don't know. I asked them, they said sometimes they just get what they get. I think they ordered it incorrectly. But they had this on Marketplace. This is how I found both bikes for a pretty good price. And I noticed they had it up there for months. I didn't even notice it was a California model. They did not advertise that. And then when I talked to them on the phone, they said, by the way, it's a California model. I said, oh, no big deal. What could be different? It used to be a little charcoal canister in here. And then I looked at pictures, and I said, well, I'm still going to go down there. And when I went down there and saw it in person, I'm like, oh boy, it's kind of grown on me now, but that was part of my negotiating tactic. Hey, I'm not going to give you that much money. I'm only going to give you this because of that. And to delete that from Kawasaki, it's a lot of money if you were to have them do it. So, but that's not what this video is about, but I did want a little introduction. We're going to address the battery like we did in the 140R. And we've actually got a battery upgrade for this one, a cheap one. But yeah, we're gonna see how it works out. We're gonna start by accessing the battery, which is much easier on the big bike than it is the little bike. To access this battery, it's very easy compared to the 140, but it's still not very convenient. You've got two 5mm Allens right here to take this side panel off. Now you would think maybe you just pull this off, but you don't. It will not come off. So you gotta pull it out a little bit and then slide it back. Tilt it a little bit. It should. There we go. See, there's three little hooks in there. So that can be a little tricky, and voila, there's our battery. Now if we just wanted to put our pigtails on, we could just go to work right here. I don't know exactly where I'm going to run those. Maybe like I did my grandson's up here. But we're going to remove the battery. Next thing, because we are going to replace this battery. I know I said I was going to think about it later, but I'm actually going to do it now. Our battery terminals. And these nuts may fall out because this is leaning. Go. Then we've got these 8mm holding our bracket on. And these are two different sizes. Your lower one is a little bit larger than your upper one. It fits in there very snug. This battery doesn't feel exactly that heavy, but it is compared to what we got. Here's our stock battery. Here is our Amazon special battery. This is a TPE, the exact same size. I mean, it's not any different at all. Don't have to use any foam pads or anything like that. But we're going to go ahead and weigh the batteries. Here's the stock battery. 4.498, so 4.5 pounds. This TPE battery, 1.7 pounds. Now, reason why I got this, a couple of reasons. It was cheap, figured we'd give it a shot. It was like 60 bucks, which is incredibly cheap. Number two is I was going to get one of the anti-gravity batteries. I kind of wanted to get this done this weekend. They weren't available anywhere, but I started reading reviews about the anti-gravity batteries, and you know, they're like $120, but I'm fine with the money. But it seems that there's been some users, look like quite a few, that have had some issues. This one had a couple that didn't have good experiences, but we're going to try it out. I mean, it is Amazon. Hopefully if it fails within 30 days, and then we'll just return it. I still may order an anti-gravity, or what I really wanted to get was a Firepower featherweight. I may order one of those, but we're going to give this a shot. I figured for $60, or I think it was $55 actually, you know, it was worth a shot. It's the exact same size, and that's another reason I wanted to make sure the 7 series was the exact fit, because I've read a lot of them that they had to use foam and whatnot. Glad to see these are the exact same size. It does have a little button at the top, which I don't really care about, that tells you what the voltage is. Whether that's true or not, I could check that with the multimeter, but we're going to go ahead and install this. First, we're going to slide this in, make sure that that button doesn't get interference with anything. And it does not. That's good to hear, or good to know. And it looks like everything, these aren't going to fit exactly, but they'll spread out. Same style pigtail, and we will probably change the eyelets on this one as well. I actually started work on this, didn't realize I was not recording. Good thing I wasn't. I've got the positive installed. These are the, if you watch the 140 video, I cut off those and just put on some regular terminals because they're the appropriate size. So on the positive terminal, it's the one that's fused. It is, I've just got it tucked up in here. I'll show you. Gotta get it back out. So I ran it through the boot and then just tucked it back up to here. But I do want to address something. So there is a little, not an issue, but something you'll have to address. So the battery terminals are square, and they don't actually lie flat against the terminals. These are too wide for this. So you can cut these off, or you can bend them. I just chose to kind of just bend them a little, just get a pair of vice grips and just kind of squish down, and it'll bend them just enough. Getting one of the edges and then just bending it down a little bit. Oops, bent it down a lot. So now it will lay flat against the terminal there. So that's one thing to look out for. Now we got to get our other terminal here. Let's see how we want to run this. And when I get some gold terminals, I may just redo this. Because I have a feeling this battery's not going to last very long. Shouldn't have bought it, but just want to try it out. And it does come with these gold screws. So that's all done there. Now we got to figure out where we're going to run this, which will be accessible. And we'll probably just, not very much room to sneak it in there. There is some room. Might be easier with the seat off. We can run it up to here. We're going to take the seat off. Okay, we've got the other bolt undone. Same thing as 140, push down, pull back, and your seat comes off. While we're in here, one of the other things I did order, I don't have it yet, is a snorkel. If you have a 300R, just Google snorkel, you'll figure out why. Don't know if it's necessarily necessary, but we went ahead and ordered it. Tell you what, I'm really excited to have a new bike, but because I've never had one. But man, all the electronics in these new ones, fuel injection. So I'm going to have it come out right here. I'm going to put one wire tie right here. So then I'll just push this back into there, but it's not in use. Cut the end of our wire tie off. Bracket back on. Don't forget about that. And you can see it's not touching this button. Kind of a perfect fit. Definitely one of those things that's too good to be true. There we go. Put our seat on next, just like the 140. Got a clip up here and then one down here. Very similar. So you want to, in the middle, push up in here, push down here, push forward. And that should get you where you need to be. Perfect. Okay, the side panel, it can be tricky. These are the little clips. Right here, just like on the 140, that will snap into there. Of course, we got our seat portion. So this, you're gonna line this up right here. You can see there's one hook, two hooks, so get them in front, and then push them down. Once you've got that all in place, go ahead and tighten these down. And if you took off the seat, go ahead and do the other side. And of course, the last step is to make sure the bike actually starts. And it does. So that's it for this one. If you have any questions or comments, post those below. And as always, thanks for watching.